Hello everybody, I'm actually on OBS Studio because QuickTime Player wasn't working. So creative editing, bonus points, yay, yay. Anyways, my sleep presentation that I did, my outreach project, was at a small school, Catholic school in Minnesota called Holy Spirit. It was a middle school. I did like an interactive sleep lesson. It was good times. Don't actually know what happened here. I'm just gonna bring this back down. Anyways, everything I did. I spoke in front of 4 classes, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, the entire middle school. Talked about animal sleep habits, consensus sleep recommendations, beauty sleep, REM sleep behavior disorder, and some brain regions involved in sleep. Also, if you look at the top right, and if I'm not covering it with my camera, which I think I am, and you ignore me cheesing, I also talked about Michael Siffray, the cave diver, the Peter Knapp, I think his name was, the DJ, and Randy Gardner. Kids, I basically use them as examples on how you can't cheat sleep, and the kids thought that was pretty interesting. Similarly, I had many conversations about them through the course of my presentations, because it was interactive. They asked a lot of questions about themselves and their own sleep habits, and thought that was pretty cool. I also passed out small foam brains to each student. I had them put a pin in the SCN, occipital cortex, and pineal gland. And I let them keep them as a memento. Yeah, if you can see it right there. One of them's holding him. I had to block out his face, though, because he's under 18. Describe all the outcomes. 65 people, 65 students is what I presented to, not including the faculty, because I don't think I can count them because it wasn't face-to-face. But the duration of interaction, I did 4 back-to-back 40-minute classes, so whatever that math turns out to be. My lasting resource was the foam brains that I was talking about. This with 3 pins to specific parts related to sleep. Things I learned and things I would do differently next time. Talking in front of students for hours on end and having to project your voice is hard work. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. Yeah, but my mom said to bring cough drops. I didn't, so I was struggling, man. But you have to be very prepared and knowledgeable to teach and answer questions. I feel like if I didn't know as much as I did about the subject at that point, I wouldn't have been able to answer the questions properly. And then the whole lesson would have just messed up there because it was interactive. But the main thing that was something I had to learn was that the middle school that I went to was very affected by the Annunciation school shooting. For those of you who don't know, Annunciation was a small Catholic school in Minnesota that had a school shooting incident last year, I believe. So all of the small Catholic schools connected to it, like the one that I went to, were all on pretty much lockdown. So I had to be like escorted by faculty at every single moment of the day. If I had to go to the bathroom, one of them had to come with me. And then I couldn't do anything with the students, outside of class time. For that reason, I would not do anything differently next time because I think it would just be too hard, and I think that I already did everything that I could. But I would like to present to high schoolers, if I could, specifically one near college entry, because I think that they would know more about biology and chemistry, and they might just be able to understand what I'm saying a bit better. But that doesn't cut into the best moments and positive reflections. You can see me cheesing with all of the people back here. I took a selfie at the end of it. One student asked about the amygdala and limbic system. She was actually down here, the bottom right. Face is obviously blurred. But yeah, I just found out that was pretty interesting because I didn't know about that stuff when I was in 6th grade. So yeah, they were very concerned about their own sleep habits, especially the 6th graders. They did not get good sleep. They all were saying that they were averaging like 6, which I don't believe. But especially the ones with ADHD were like, I can't sleep. What should I do? And there were a lot of interesting conversations about that. But one student actually had trouble with snoring, and his sister was in the same room, and she confirmed it. It was very interesting. It was like back and forth little sibling drama. It was pretty fun. Many students said that they knew sleepwalkers. One even claimed that she sleepwalked the night before. And then just answering questions and demonstrating my knowledge was very fulfilling. And the principal of the school said that she would love to have me come back someday. That was pretty much it. Thanks.